On Windy City Weekend, he's one of the funniest stand-up comedians around. Chicago's own Damon Williams joins the show. Plus, we'll get summer pet grooming tips from Jazz the Pet Stylist. And film critic Richard Roper has a review of The Fountain of Youth, a heist movie with John Krasinski and Natalie Portman. Now, here's Ryan Cheverini and his guest co-host, Brooke Fletcher.
Hey, everybody. We don't have a live audience today, but we'll be the audience.
There we go.
Yeah.
I love that.
Welcome to Windy City Weekend. Val is off today, but filling in, you White Sox fans will recognize her from CHSN. Welcome back, Brooke Fletcher.
Thanks for having me back. It feels good to be back with everyone. It's been a minute.
Yeah, when was the last time you filled in?
Gosh, I was talking with John about that. I think it's been a year, maybe?
About
a little
year.
over a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, but back like I never left.
You made the cut. Since you've been back, you have gotten married.
Yes, I am a newlywed. I got married in January, which is hard to believe that it's already been, 5 months? But yeah, it still feels the same.
Yeah. We had a couple people clapping in studio.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
I see you all the time because now that I'm doing sports again,
Yeah.
obviously you're doing the Sox broadcast, which, God bless you, that is a tough job right now with the season the Sox are having, but you got the Pope now.
Yes, we have the Pope, and we have a mural in Wright Field. So, a lot of people like to go and take some pictures if you are, religious, and some people say a little prayer. We need him to come to Wright Field and bless every inch of that ballpark there. But listen, it's been fun. Obviously, Chris Gedson, they've been very upfront about where this organization stands. Clearly, we're in a rebuild, but, there's a lot of games where, we're right in it. You were there. Okay, you were at the Crosstown series where, yes, it wasn't pretty for the White Sox, but a great group of guys, a lot of positivity, and that's all you can ask for given where the team is,
Speaking of a guy who needs divine intervention, welcome comedian and our good friend Damon Williams to the show.
Thank
What's
you.
up, buddy?
Everything's good. Good to see you. Thanks for having me, Ryan. Appreciate you, and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. Now, do you follow sports?
Not baseball so much.
No?
Yeah. My wife, whenever she talks about her grandmother raising her, she always said that she has to watch the Padres for some reason. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
so
Big
that's the
Padres
segue
person.
to your Padres husband. Yeah.
Yes, a lot of baseball is on in my household, Ryan.
Yeah. So your husband is?
So my husband is Jake Cronenworth. He plays for the Padres. Went to Michigan, and so my dad played baseball with the White Sox. We talked about that, and so it just made sense, I guess, for me to marry a baseball player. My mom was like, "Did you want to marry a businessman?" I said, "Mom, I dated business guys. Nothing against that, but when we're coming home for Christmas, my brother and my dad, they're breaking down swings. I'm like, I can't bring a dentist. It's like I can't. It just made sense. So I tried, but yeah, he fits in right with my family.
Yeah.
And that ring does well as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's baseball. That's baseball money right there.
Baseball
Oh,
money right there.
no,
Yeah, that's not dentist money.
No, that's not talk show host or comedian
That
money.
is not.
Yeah.
I'm working on it, baby.
Working on it. All right, I got a couple topics to get to. What is the sound that instantly makes you angry? Is there a sound?
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Jamie,
That when your card declines, when you when you know you got money in there, man. So yesterday I was just at home, whatever, and I put the card in. I know I'm just gonna go through, and but I had locked the card because I had misplaced it.
Right.
So that's my biggest.
Right.
Because with scams, you think somebody got your money.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Sometimes, and then they look at you all funny. And you're like, no, they sent me a new card, or
Right.
no, I promise, I do have money in my
Exactly.
account. I'm a working woman. It's never fun when the card gets declined.
The worst was being in college and you didn't have the money, and you go to the ATM, and it was pretty much identical. It was pretty much identical to being at a casino and pulling a slot.
Yeah.
Will it take
Is it
today?
gonna
Will it
work?
not?
Is it not going to work?
Right.
And if any money came out, it was like celebration.
Jackpot.
Yeah. What's the noise?
Oh, so mine is something that has been triggering me since I was younger. I don't know where it started, but smacking and popping of food and gum specifically. And so, athletes, they got the bubble, especially baseball, they got the bubble yum, they got all the gum in the dugout. And so I have to go into a corner because it's just all the popping and the smacking going on. So I have to remove myself because that's one thing that's like nails on a chalkboard. I can't stand it.
My mother hates that the popping of the gum. You'll get in trouble for that around my mother.
Yeah.
My mother's watching them. She'll, hey, Mom.
Now, do you say anything to the ball players?
No, but I do. I can't, but I will catch myself giving a look. I'm like, like we'll be in scrums and I'm just like looking over at the person and I'm like, stop it, Brooke, you can't do that. But because I know it's probably more of a me problem, not necessarily them. But I'm trying to work through it. You said there's an alarm sound that just gets on your nerves.
The worst. Okay, I don't even know why they make certain sounds of alarms that they do. Because listen, I'm going to show you because I wake up. This is the alarm I wake up to.
Okay.
It's very soothing. It's very nice. This is the alarm that I wake
Sleep
up to.
through it.
Nice.
It's like a nice
that's
Ryan.
That wakes you up.
This is nice. You want to know the alarm that my girlfriend wakes up to? And if she happens to be laying in my bed, and she does this 2 hours before she actually has to get out of bed, it's this one.
If that won't wake you up, I don't know what will.
Why would they even make this an alarm? Well, you said that there's an alarm though, and then I need to get her this. What is the alarm?
So I am like your girlfriend in a sense of we set our alarms like 2 hours before, and then we just hit the snooze button. It's a whole thing, Ryan. It's a whole thing. But so I forced myself to buy an alarm clock a couple years ago where it has wheels on it. So what it does is the alarm will go off. It's just like a gentle alarm.
Okay.
It rolls off your nightstand, and then you play like tag with this, or you play catch. So
like a
it
Roomba.
rolls around. And then you got 30 seconds, and if you don't catch it in the 30 seconds, that alarm right there, it goes off, and then it spins. It sounds like an alien, like it's crazy, but it gets you out of bed in the morning.
I mean, who
I'm
wants
mad.
to play a game at 6
But
o'clock?
I'm up.
Yeah.
I mean,
It works.
My alarm, it has one chance, and then that one would never do it. That would be like, I knew I had more time. That's what your alarm sounds
Soothing.
like.
But here's the thing: is why set the alarm at 6 when you got to get up at 8? To
Right.
me, you are way better off getting more REM sleep, setting it for like 7:30.
Right.
Well, I think it's
45.
because we have the
45.
intent. We have the intent of getting up at 6, and we're like, yes, we're gonna get up, and we're gonna have our morning coffee. We're gonna be ready to
Work
go.
out.
And then morning hits us, and we're like, what was I even thinking? Let's hit that snooze button.
Yeah. No, that's like when you tell yourself you're going to work out in the morning,
Right.
Exactly.
and you never do.
Exactly.
So just sleep. That's the key. That drives me nuts. All right, hey Damon, you got a show coming up.
A couple of shows. Tonight, actually, I'm doing a pop-up in West Chicago at a place called Laugh and Enjoy. It's a brand new comedy club. But Monday, City Winery, man, and the City Winery shows have been incredible. A few tickets still left, and we're going to have a good time. And it's probably be my last one for a little while for the summer because, I go off and do a whole bunch of other things. So, first of all, thanks. Nice to meet you once again. Thanks for having me, Ryan. And I'll see you in Chicago.
All right, we're going to like to hear the sound of Damon Williams.
Indeed.
That's a pleasant sound. He's going to be performing, as he mentioned, in the West Loop, 7:30 Monday night. Go check him out.
Yes.
We got to take a short break, but coming up.
Coming up, it's almost summer shedding season for dog owners. Jazz, the pet stylist, is here with some much-needed pet grooming tips.
Yep, and then later, film critic Richard Roper is here. He's going to fill us in on a new documentary about the infamous 1982 Tylenol murders, which happened right here in Chicago. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You dog owners know that keeping your pets looking great and groomed can be a challenge, especially in the summer, but we have someone who can help. Yeah, her name is Jazz, the pet stylist.
Yep, she owns a great South Side pet grooming spot called Royal Paws. Welcome, Jazz, and welcome,
Hi,
GQ.
This is GQ.
GQ, what's up, GQ? How old is
boy.
GQ?
GQ is 4 years old. I've had him since birth.
Had him since birth.
So this is my baby boy. He's my oldest of my two.
He's so good.
Thank you so much.
Well, tell us about your business, Royal Paws.
For sure, Royal Paws has been live and in charge for about 4 years now. I've had my brick and mortar for that long, but I've been in the industry for 13 years.
Wow.
So this is my passion. This is my purpose.
Yeah.
This is my journey, and this is my baby. He's so comfortable, as you can see.
He's made for TV.
Of course.
Yeah, and
His
speaking
name
of
is
you were featured on TV
I
on
was.
HBO.
I was on HBO Max. I was the only Chicago groomer to go on there and win. And I also have the cover photo for that as well.
Wow.
My work is the cover photo for tons of grooms, and it was amazing, an amazing experience.
Yeah, what did you get for winning?
A $10,000 that actually helped me open my salon
Very
3 years ago.
nice.
Thank you so much.
Very nice. Okay, so for pet owners out there, we know that we think that the weather's going to turn. It's going to
for
become
sure.
summer at some point in
For
Chicago.
sure.
But what are the proper steps? How often
For
do we
sure.
need to do this? What are the
For
steps?
sure. We should be grooming our pets every 4 to 6 weeks, but it also does depend on breed and coat texture. So say a dog like this. People in Chicago love golden doodles. So this is what you typically see. They need to be groomed every 4 to 6 weeks. They require a lot of maintenance. Think of the Ferrari of dogs. That is what you have here. But I would say 4 to 8 weeks at the very, very most.
Okay, and people get to pick the hairstyle?
Of course, they do proper maintenance at home, which we'll discuss today. They can have whatever they like.
Yeah, how important is it to properly groom your
It
pigeon?
is super essential.
Yeah.
It's everything with their health and how they feel. When you look good, you feel good, yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's the same thing with your baby.
So I noticed you have specific types of brushes here.
Yes.
Which ones would you recommend? Just the
For sure.
go-to? Yeah.
For sure. So if you have a Shih Tzu, Yorkie, Maltese, Golden Doodle, Poodle, you're going to go with a slicker brush. This will get all of those mats out, and the brush does the work, not you. So let the brush do the work. Then you have your comb. He just wants to say hi. You have your comb. And your comb is what gets out all of your extra knots and tangles. You need this. Of course, you comb your hair. Yes, you brush
Yes.
and comb. So it gives you the full va-va-voom. You need these two essential tools.
All right. And you brought another pet with you as
Oh,
well.
yes, I did. I bought my girl Honey Bear. She is a client's dog.
Honey Bear is
We do
fabulous.
color on her all of the time.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. She's not. She's
Turn
not
GQ
used-
this way if we
For
can.
sure. Come.
There we go.
Come.
Now we can get a
Sit.
good shot.
Can you sit for me?
Can you sit?
Oh,
Okay.
Honey Bear has amazing hair.
this is my girl.
Yeah, tell me about the hairstyle we got going
For
in the
sure,
dye here.
for sure. So they both have similar styles. We love a nice top knot. People love their ponytails, but her mother loves the color. This does take me a while. It is pet safe. These colors are formulated for pets, so horses, cats, dogs, birds. This color can be used on them. We also have a heart here on
I
her
know,
side.
that's so
I know people may think that that is a patch. That is her hair. I scissored that in. I went to a class recently and learned how to do that. And she's such a good girl. So you have to be a patient pup in order to get something like this. But she gets groomed every 4 weeks. Her mom loves her.
Every 4 weeks?
Every 4
Okay,
weeks.
so if
Same.
somebody comes in, what's the process? They look through a book, they say, this is the style I want.
For sure, you can go on Instagram. If it matches, I'll tell you, hey, we can do that. If not, if I need to tweak a few things, I can do that too. I'm Jazz the pet stylist. I can tweak anything you need. So if you just come in with an idea, we can make it happen.
Yeah. And how did you know that this was your calling?
I have a passion for pets. Royal Paws is named after my dog Royal that passed 2 years ago. Before he passed, I named that shop after him. And I've just always had a love for these animals, but the creativity that you get to display is top notch. And that's really what did it for me.
What's the most popular style that's requested?
This style here.
This one?
This is what we call the GQ style. So when everyone sees and they come in and they say hi, they always see GQ. GQ is a normal in the salon. He typically chills out with me, and people always say, "Oh my gosh, your dog is so beautiful. I want that." And this is typically what we do.
I love
That is
it.
how Honey Bear also got her look. Yes, sir.
All right,
Honey
Jazz,
Bear.
we want you to try to tilt
For
move the
sure,
dog.
for sure.
GQ, there we go.
Come,
You want to
come,
get a good
come,
shot
come,
here.
come, come.
There we go.
Hi.
There we go.
Look how
Look
good
at
Honey
this.
Bear
You're being
is.
so good.
All right.
Yes, you are. That's a good
Jazz, what is it an important, I mean, living in the city with a dog, you know, you have to make sure you keep them clean. Do you have any tips in that regard?
For sure. Make sure that you're combing and brushing your dog every day. It's great bonding time. It allows your dog to be clean, because also what people don't realize is you're breathing all of the debris in that they bring in as they're going outside. They do go outside to use the washroom, they roll around. You want to make sure you have a clean environment for yourself and for your dog. So most importantly, combing and brushing, but also it's not grooming related, but it's health related. Taking your dog on a walk. Giving them that fresh air, giving them what they need so that their brain is mentally stimulated. That is so important, especially during these summer months.
Yeah. How often do you groom your own pet, and then how often are you supposed to take it to a pro like you?
Oh, for sure. I would say, again, brush at home every day, but
Okay.
maybe 3 times a week. If I know
Okay.
we're busy out here, we're busy people. As far as grooming, taking them into a professional every 4 to 6, 8 weeks being the absolute longest that I would go with seeing a professional.
Yeah. GQ is looking at himself on the monitor.
You look good.
All right, well, if you want an expert to do your dog grooming for you, visit Jazz at Royal Paws. The address is right there on your screen, or visit our website for more info. All right, thank you so much,
Thank you
guys.
so
Up
much.
next, film critic Richard Roper reviews The Better Sisters, a thriller where Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks play 2 estranged sisters who reunite after a murder. We'll be right back after the break.
Looking good out there for the weekend. It is Friday. We always always say he watches the bad ones so that you don't have to.
I've never heard you say that before, Ryan.
Hopefully, though, you have some good ones for us
Yes.
this weekend.
Yeah, let's find out. Let's welcome in film critic Richard Roper. Great to see you
Both great
again.
seeing you, White Sox, and
go.
this guy too.
Yeah, I was going to say, the most diehard White Sox fan right here. Can you get him some tickets?
Oh, I can see what I can do.
can work
I
on
got you.
that.
Yeah. Congrats, by the way, on the latest gig.
Yep, gonna write for RogerEbert.com. Actually, just started, and of course, this is right adjacent to where we used to do Ebert and Roper back in the day with Rosa. Was there?
Absolutely. When I first got hired here almost 20 years ago, the movie theater, we have that movie theater right next door here that you did the show in for.
Yeah, and you had that curfew because you were 14. So.
That's it. I couldn't watch the rated R.
Okay, thanks for the segment. I'm sorry we couldn't get to the films.
That's it. Thanks for coming. All right, hey, this one's a very serious topic here. It's a new 3-part documentary on Netflix. Some of you lifelong Chicagoans will remember this. In 1982, a series of poisons led to deaths of 7 people in the Chicago area. Rich, tell us more about Cold Case, the Tylenol.
It's a big spend, as you mentioned. It's very serious, but you know, for those of us who were around, or you might have heard your parents or grandparents talk about this in 1982, some killer who's never been found was lacing Tylenol with cyanide randomly, and they finally put it together. Why are all these people, especially young people, dying? So it's a great documentary. This is also what led to what we call tamper-resistant packaging. They didn't really have almost nothing came with that, and that's why someone was able to get to the case. Now, of course, if you open your Tylenol, the box is sealed, and then there's the wrap over that and the foil thing. That all came about because of the Tylenol case.
Right. We both just started watching it.
Yeah, I was binge watching yesterday, and I'm not done yet. But there's so many twists and turns. You think you know who the killer is, but then it goes somewhere else. It's very interesting.
It's fascinating stuff. It really is.
Yeah. All right. Well, next up, a heist movie directed by Guy Ritchie. It stars John Krasinski and Natalie Portman. Rich, it's Fountain of Youth. A spend or a save?
You know, Brooke, you hear that? You know, Guy Ritchie and Natalie Portman and John Krasinski, and think, wow, I call this a t-shirt cannon movie, because if I had a t-shirt cannon, I'd be shooting it at the screen. It's so bad that it's almost worth what they call a hate watch or a laugh watch, because you're like, how could all these talented people, it's the kind of movie where someone walks in the room and they go, and you are? Well, you don't have to say and you are, they're going to tell you who they are. So this is one of the worst movies of the year, a huge disappointment.
Wow, it's so bad that you went into a falsetto.
I did! Because if something's really good, I'll go, you know, this is a very good film, but you're right!
That's disappointing because the cast is so good.
So good, so much talent. It takes really talented people sometimes to really make a terrible movie, weirdly enough.
So disappointing.
Yeah.
All right, finally, Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks star as estranged sisters who reunite after a murder. Rich, what did you think of The Better Sister?
Yeah, this is one of those movies where you love to watch rich, good-looking, privileged people who behave terribly. So you're rooting for one to fall, and you're rooting for the other one to have a demise, and that has a terrific cast. It's not to be taken seriously. There's a ton of these out there, like Big Little Lies and Only Murders in the Building, where there's serious stuff going on, but it's kind of almost handled in a comedic tone, and it's a great-looking show. They're always at the Hamptons for these things, or upstate New York somewhere, in these $28 million mansions where there's blood coming.
Yeah.
Jessica Biel hasn't missed recently, huh?
She's
From
on
the
a
producing
roll.
side, the directing and the acting.
You know
She's
what?
on a roll.
That's a great point, because people remember her as a young actress, and I think she's more impressive now, 20 years down the road. She really picks great projects, and sometimes gets behind them as well.
Doesn't always pick great men, though. Oh, that's it.
How dare you?
You had
Is
to
that,
go
is
there.
that, are you
I was the biggest Timberlake fan until I interviewed him.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Don't meet your heroes, guys. Don't meet your heroes. Unless it's Richard Roper.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you, buddy. We got 2 spends and 1 save for those of you keeping track at home. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Before we go, we want to give a shout out to a couple of Chicago organizations that are making special memories one prom at a time. Kenwood High School student Mia Berry went to her prom last week with all of her expenses covered thanks to Shy Gives Back and also Erica's Belle of the Ball charity event, named after our great friend and a great friend of the show, the late, great Erica Watson, who passed away in 2021. Her legacy lives on through the charitable work done in her name. Erica, we love you so much. We're thinking about you. And we know that you are pulling some strings up there for a lot of great people.
And Ryan, I know you said Erica loved the live audiences here. And
Yeah.
Windy City Weekend is currently booking a live studio audience for Friday, June 13th. And one lucky member will get a brand new hot tub. Okay, the full details and contest rules are on our website. You have to be part of a studio audience to win, everybody. So to enter the sweepstakes and to be eligible for tickets, head to the address on the screen, abcchicago.com/promotions.
Yep, abc7chicago.com/promotions. Brooke, we want to thank you for being here for one.
Well, thanks for having me. It feels good to be back.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Please do.
Are the Cubs going to win the World Series?
Is it? Am I allowed to say that they are? I feel like I'm a traitor if I do. I will give the Cubs some credit, though. I think Craig Counsell has done a really good job. They have an incredible team offensively. They have power in that lineup. The pitching stuff is coming around. So I think they'll go far. I don't know if they're going to win the World Series.
All right.
Is that okay? What do you think?
I think they're going to win the division. I think they got a shot. I mean, they got those bats in the lineup. They got a shot. They need to add to the pitching.
I think so, yeah. But, I mean, I will say it is such a fun time right now in Chicago sports. Going to a game at Wrigley. I mean, it was great to see you there with the Crosstown Series.
It was fun. I'll be at the one at the rate as well.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the Sox will get a win. It's been a long time. The last question for you, and then
Yes.
we got to go. How long will it take before the White Sox can turn this thing around?
I don't think it's going to be as long as people thought. I think in the next couple years.
I was going to say, so 8 years, 9 years?
No, come on. A couple years, Ryan. A couple years. I'm feeling good. I promise, White Sox fans, don't be too upset. The corner is coming. The corner is coming.
And she has not even had a drink today. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you to Brooke Fletcher. We'll see you. Have a great weekend.